Hello, welcome to our third and final video of the afternoon. You are going to need your plants journal and you're going to need to turn to page 1, which has a Venn diagram with the needs of plants and humans on it. This is something that you're going to complete in your independent learning time, or you can pause the video and complete it right away. On one side of your Venn diagram, you're going to put in the needs of humans. And so you can draw in, I'm going to put in a text box here because I am on the computer. At the top of one side, you can put plants. And then on the other side, you're going to put humans. And I just copy pasted, so I'm going to change that to humans. Okay, so in this section where it says plants, I'm going to think, okay, what do I know about plants that only plants need that humans do not need? Well, one example I can think of is that plants need soil. So I can put soil in my list of things that only plants need. Humans don't need that, right? Something that humans need that plants don't need, I'm going to have to think about that and put something in there that humans only need. What is it that only humans need? Well, I know that humans need to have, sorry about that. My video kind of cut out for a second there. Anyway, sorry. I was talking about what plants need and what humans need. Plants, we know, need soil. Humans don't need soil to survive or to thrive or to succeed. Something that I was thinking about that humans need is an education. We need to learn how to read and to write in order to be successful. Plants don't need to do that. So that's something that only humans need. When we have a Venn diagram, in the middle, as I'm sure you know, this is for both. And if you want to label it both, you can. I know that in your diagram, it's a lot smaller, okay? Actually, I noticed yours is already labeled. So you don't even need to label plants and humans. You can turn it sideways if you like, or you can keep it upright, however you want to do it. But in the middle is where we write things that both humans and plants need. And I know that both humans and plants need air. And I know there's some specific things about which one each of those need. We're going to talk about that next. But there's a start for you. So go ahead and you're welcome to use those and add those into your Venn diagram. And then continue to come up with ideas. One idea in each section of the Venn diagram. That's not much of a Venn diagram. So fill in your journal that Venn diagram of things that humans need, things that plants need, and things that both humans and plants would need. Okay? We are going to share these in class tomorrow. Okay? In the meantime, I want to talk about the oxygen cycle or photosynthesis. And I'm just going to write that word in here. Oops. Photosynthesis. We're going to talk some more about this, but photosynthesis is the process where plants use the carbon dioxide that we exhale. They take in oxygen and other gases as well, but the primary one that they take in is carbon dioxide, and they release oxygen, which is what we need to breathe in order to survive. So on page 2 of your plant journal, you have this same diagram that I do. So you can draw your face in there for the missing face. Make it yours because you are part of this oxygen cycle. Okay? Now, plants use carbon dioxide to help them in photosynthesis, which is the process that they help to make themselves. They make their own food. which is pretty interesting. So here is somebody here. They're breathing out carbon dioxide and other gases. The plant, whoops, I totally just moved that. The plant takes in that carbon dioxide, CO2 is short for carbon dioxide, and releases that oxygen, and we breathe in that oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So we need each other, plants and humans, in order to survive. On your independent time, I'm going to share with you a link that talks more about the photosynthesis and this cycle, and it is a video in a Nearpod, and as you watch the video you'll see that there are little spots where it's going to pause and you'll need to answer the question. All right, so that will be coming up during your independent time in your assignments. Okay, so for this oxygen cycle, just as a quick little introduction to it, draw your face in there. Imagine that you're breathing out and the plant is breathing in, and then the plant releases the oxygen, and it's a cycle that just goes on and on and on. Okay, so in your assignment, you can learn more about that cycle. Make sure to answer each question carefully. Some of them you'll need to click the word expand. Okay, because some of them are, you need to write your answer in. Some of the questions are multiple choice, and so you will put the answers, you'll choose the answer that's already there. Okay, so that is your first 2 pages of your booklet. We are going to talk more about this in class, in person tomorrow. Well, not in person as we get here online. Live, I should say. We will be going live together. Okay, so get that face filled in on your oxygen cycle. And now I want to talk to you about the last activity that we're going to do for today. And that is going back to the cover of your flap book, your lap book. I keep wanting to call it a flap book. It's technically called a lap book. And now we get to make, nope, this side, some funky flowers. And it's a game. So you'll need, you'll see this image shared in your files. I will share this in, in our posts when I make the afternoon post. And you'll need a standard 6-sided die. If you don't have one, you could do a couple of things. You could go online and get a random number generator, but just go up to 6 because this die only has 6 sides and there are only 6 choices on here, as you can see. Or you can get a deck of cards and pull out a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6 and put them in a bag or in a hat or something and mix them up and pull it out. Okay, so it's up to you which method you choose, but it needs to be random. Okay, so as you can see here on this activity, we're going to make these funky flowers. Down this column here are where the dice are, which you might roll. Okay, you're going to roll it 4 times to make 4 layers to your flower. Okay, now you're going to put this flower on this plain strip of paper that was in your envelope. Okay, and you're going to design a few of them. If you look at my original one, I have 4 that fit really nicely on mine. Okay, so let's do the first one together. I've got my die. Okay, I'm going to roll it, and I've rolled a 3. So if I look at the first roll and come down to a 3, this is the design that I'm going to draw onto, as the center of, I should say, my flower. Okay, so I've got a pencil here. Let me bring you down to my desk for a second. All right, so it was a 3. I've got this part right here. So that's the center, and I have to remember that's the center. There's going to be other things coming out of it. So I'm going to draw it here. It was a circle. They all start with a circle. And then it kind of has this jagged, maybe it looks kind of like a sun, oops, or a flower. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that was the design that kind of came up on the picture there. Okay, so that's layer 1, my first roll. The flower center is done. I'm going to take my die, roll it again. This time I got a 6. So if I look over here, second roll, I have to come all the way down to 6. Okay? And I am going to make circles around the first layer. So if you are a little confused on that, you can look over here at this diagram. There's the center, and then this part around right here is the first layer, and then there's a third layer, and then there's a bit of a topper, they call it. So I rolled circles. So around the edge of my circle here, I'm just going to draw some circles, and I can do as many as I like, but it said circles, so I'm going to draw circles. There we go. Okay, time for my third roll. A 1. So now I look over here, roll a 1 on my third roll. This is the second layer, and it says it goes in between the first layer. Okay, so now I've done a lot of circles. So I'm going to draw all these little lines with another circle coming out from in between. I'm going to turn it so I can keep going neatly here. And I'm going to go all the way around between each of my first layer, my second roll design there. Whoops, that wasn't a very neat circle. There we go. So you can see if I had fewer circles, I would also have fewer lines and circles. And now it's time for my fourth roll, which is the topper. Oh, I got a 6 again. So on my fourth roll, the topper goes on top of the second layer, and I've got these little squiggles. So I'm going to make, there are 2 squiggles that come out each side and 1 that comes out the top. So on each one of these, I'm going to do a squiggle, 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 and a squiggle coming out the top. On each one of those, all the way around. Almost there. I have so many toppers to do because I did so many of layer 1. That's okay. It's going to look really neat. And I like how it's kind of making this circle complete here. There. I think that looks pretty neat. That is flower number 1. I definitely have room for more, so I'm going to make some more along my page here. And I'm going to bring you back up here. When you're finished, you're going to glue your flowers, your funky flowers, your wild flowers, beside the title page on your lap book. Okay, so then you'll have a regular cover and some artwork to go on your cover as well. All right, so you can add color to them if you like as well. If you want to color them in afterwards, that might look really nice. They look kind of cool, just black and white as well. If you would like to color the cover, you're welcome to do that also. Okay, it is a cover after all. It's supposed to make it look nice. Okay, so that is, once you've got your journal done, it can go into the pocket on the back. That's for the journal. Open that flap, slide it on in there. Ta-da, it's all put away. You'll have your wildflowers, you'll have your cover, you've got your work in progress on the back as well. What a lot of work we've done today on this lap book. It's awesome. Okay, so for your independent time this afternoon, you have your wildflowers to draw. This picture will be in the posts along with the video links, so you'll see it right there. You'll need to do the Nearpod. And if there's anything from this morning that you need to finish off as well, then you will need to complete that. Okay, that's about all I have for you, I believe. I am kind of around, kind of not. I am in a professional learning situation, so I will keep an eye on Teams, but I can't promise you that I will be able to stop and answer questions. So if there's something that's really troubling you, definitely send me a message and I will get to it as soon as I can. All right? Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for all your hard work, and I can't wait to check in with you tomorrow and see how it all went. Take care.